Fairfield area weather forecast, a 90% chance for rain today with a high of 60. Tonight, cloudy skies, low 32. 90% chance for rain tomorrow, high 38. Cloudy skies on Thursday, high 35. And for Friday, mostly cloudy skies with the high 38. Overnight low 58. Yesterday's high was 70. 13/100ths of an inch of rainfall this morning in Fairfield. Currently, humidity is at 98%, winds are calm, and the pressure at 29.91. Rain and 55 currently at the WFIW studios east of Fairfield.
Well, you changed the intro music.
I did.
Because Dave Big Rig is here.
Hey,
there
guys.
he is. Good to have you here, buddy.
Oh, glad to be here.
Oh, I'm so glad to have you here, Dave. Dave always is a good guest. We're going to have some fun today.
I'll bet you will.
I was at the big spelling bee for a little while last night. Our own Jeff Vaughn did a wonderful job. The winning word, Cologne.
Yep, Cologne.
Cologne.
That was right after the word Reese's.
Yeah, well, it's not. We can spell it right. We just can't pronounce it right, you and I. But anyway, that was interesting. 15 rounds. And he did such a good job running it. I was going to have him go up to Iowa and untrack this mess in the caucus.
Undo the caucus.
Yeah.
Fracas. The caucus. The fracas.
I stayed up late.
At the caucus.
I stayed up late to try to hear the results. I got up this morning. They still don't have the results.
Maybe that's what they're going to name it. The fracas at the caucus. That would be in Boston.
Ah, okay.
Fracas at the caucus.
That was one of the Super Bowl commercials that I thought was pretty good.
Oh, the
one they were doing Boston. Did you hear?
Yeah.
Did you watch it all?
I watched most of it. There were times
I thought that's pretty good.
Away.
Yeah.
So now, you and I have to meet with the business team to talk about these teams and whether or not we can find support for these teams going forward to be aired on the radio station. And I'm talking about Sisney and Center Street's schools that won regionals last night.
Yeah.
I could tell.
They are headed to the SIJHS Class S and Class M
Okay.
state tournaments.
Yeah, don't get me started.
No,
on that.
we aren't going to get you started because I know how you feel about that. By the way, so we'll talk about that. We'll see what comes of that conversation. Mm-hmm. By the way, have they decided they're going to have pork burgers again this weekend?
I believe so, yes.
Well, is it going to be Find the Pork Burger again? I mean, they started at the square, then they were going to move out west of town, then they ended up in the square. Do we know where they're starting this time? It's going to become a popular game. Find the Pork Burger in town.
I think they're going to be uptown.
Okay, all right. That's for the golf course, right?
Mm-hmm. Is there ever a weekend where there is not somebody selling pork
well,
burgers?
Well, it's not pork burger season right now, quite honestly.
Yeah, but the golf course, they do it every January and early part of February to get you ready to go because they're getting ready for the season.
There's nothing quite like a breakfast pork burger on a Saturday morning.
Yep.
Get up there at 10 o'clock, boy, they sell out.
Breakfast?
Yeah.
Because
they sell out at 10:30.
Right. I like my pork burgers with a couple pickles, a little ketchup.
No, mustard.
How about you?
I put a little mustard on mine.
Yeah.
But I like the pork chops.
Yeah, those
well,
are
I
good.
do like. I'm not going to argue with you about that.
Those are a little more expensive, but they're good.
I got yoga tonight, by the way. My wife's not going.
Really? You're going?
Yeah.
You're flying solo tonight?
I will be flying solo tonight. Dave, you ever thought about coming up? That's a great place to meet people.
Where? Now, where were you?
Yoga. Yoga. Yeah, watch this. Watch me put my ankle up.
No, let's not go there.
Right up behind my neck there.
It don't look like it's doing much good for you.
There, that's good.
Yeah.
Okay, help me get it down.
Yeah. No way.
It's coming up tonight.
Yoga.
Oh,
okay. Are there some single ladies there?
No, there's not.
Well, what's the use of me going to it?
It's sort of like the rest of your life. No, there's not. Dave Big Rig.
I get enough exercise
well,
doing basketball games.
Yes,
guys.
you do. Yes, you do. All right.
You want coffee? Let's kick it.
What is this?
Bunk, bunk, baby. Bunk it up, bunk, baby. All right, stop. Sit back and listen. Mike and Mark have a little invention, a bucket, and it's full of junk. It's even got a title, it's a bucket of bunk. Fill it to the top with facts you might know. Turn on the mics and let's go. It's full of more facts than one mind can handle. Celebrity birthdays, facts, history, and scandals. Bunk, bunk, baby. Bucket of bunk, bunk, baby.
Makes me so proud to be a part of this
Bunk, baby.
austere organization.
Bucket of bunk, baby. It's a bucket of bunk.
It sure
I
is.
wonder where the ideas for these come from.
Well, that one from Jeremy Smith, our own Jeremy Smith.
Oh, he did that. Okay.
That's him, yeah.
He's my board man on basketball
He's a good
games.
one.
Yeah, he is.
Charles Lindbergh was born on this date. He died in 1974 at the age of 72. Of course, he, known for his nonstop flight from New York to Paris, that took 33 and a half hours.
Did you ever watch that movie about the
Yes, with
Lindbergh
Jimmy
flight?
Stewart. It's
yeah.
a great one.
Yeah, it was, wasn't it?
Now, was he living in St. Louis at the time? Is that why the
I don't think so.
No.
I think
Plane
that's
was called
where
the
the
Spirit of
backers
St.
of the
Louis?
plane were.
Two St. Louis businessmen obtained a $15,000 bank loan. Lindbergh contributed $2,000 of his own money from his salary as an air mail pilot, and another $1,000 was donated by another group in St. Louis. Total $18,000, far less than what was available to Lindbergh's rivals who were trying to make this same flight. What's interesting about Lindbergh was that he was really entrenched after he did it. He was, of course, famous, world famous.
Yeah.
But when he got closer to World War II, he made some really stupid moves.
Yeah, he did. He really did.
Oh, my. He, before the U.S. entered World War II, Lindbergh was an advocate of not getting involved.
Right.
And a supporter of Nazi Germany,
Yeah, right.
which, FDR publicly rebuked him for his views in September of 41. Now, Lindbergh went into the Army, and he piloted about 30 missions, but he never got his name back. FDR didn't do anything to help him after that. But, when he landed in Paris, there were 150,000 people waiting for him.
wow?
They lifted him, and they carried him around for like half an hour, and they
Yeah,
did
you know why?
some significant damage to the plane.
His legs were probably asleep.
33 hours. Absolutely.
Hey, speaking of flying, did you know that in Bone Gap Cemetery there are the remains of a World War I flying ace who shot down many planes in France during World War I and
No
eventually
idea.
was killed when his plane was shot down. And incidentally, now this is on my Bone Gap history page
Right.
On Facebook, he had a brother that went into the Army at the same time he went in to be in the Air Corps.
Right.
And he died of Spanish flu in an Army camp in Missouri 19 days after his brother was shot down in France. And they are both buried at Bone Gap Cemetery.
How big is Bone Gap Cemetery?
It's not as big as Maple Hill,
Well,
obviously.
we
but
know there's at least two people in there.
yeah, right.
Yes, we do. Yes, we do. Well, anyway, that was about. By the way, here's another interesting.
By the way, I read somewhere that Lindbergh was a smoker, but when he made that flight, he never lit a cigarette.
Is that
He was
true?
flying a
Well,
gas can.
he had cans of fuel there
Yeah,
in
he
the
was
cockpit.
flying
I
a
wouldn't
gas
think so.
can.
Yeah.
Let me tell you another thing. I didn't realize this until I looked up. He had 7 children out of wedlock.
Really? He got around.
He was married to Anne Murrow, and then all over the world. Well, he could fly,
Yeah.
and he had 7 children out of wedlock. Isn't that incredible? Alice Cooper, also known as Vincent Damon Fournier. That was his given birth name. He's 72 today.
Yeah. Actor, singer.
He,
So where did the name Alice Cooper come from?
I've got that.
Okay.
He does, of course, shows with lots of props,
Like snakes.
guillotines, electric chairs, reptiles, baby dolls. Sounds like the halftime show at the Super Bowl.
Yeah.
I never watched that.
Well, he took the name. He had a band that was named Alice Cooper, and then he just took the name of the band. They came up with it because it sounded wholesome, Alice Cooper, and then and then he legally changed his name to Alice Cooper. His name was Fournier before that. If you remember the famous chicken incident,
bit the head off a chicken, didn't
Well, that's what
he?
the
Or
word was.
Squeezed it.
During one of his shows, in 1969, a chicken somehow made its way onto the stage.
And he just felt he needed some fried chicken.
No. As God is his witness, he thought chickens could fly.
Okay.
So he picked up the chicken. He didn't know anything about farm animals. He saw they had wings, so he threw them out into the crowd, and they ripped it up.
Well, they can fly to a degree, unless you clip their wings.
So can turkeys, but you don't drop them from planes during
No,
Thanksgiving.
you don't do that, no.
Anyway, Frank Zappa called him because there was news reports about this chicken incident.
Yeah.
And said, what happened? And he said, no, I just found a chicken on the stage. I threw it out in the crowd, and they ripped it up. He says, well, whatever. Don't deny the fact that you were the one that did it.
Yeah.
It'll help your publicity much more if you are the one that's in
sad.
charge of it. Yeah.
That's sad.
Now, here's the interesting one that I remember. In the early 1970s, a story was widely reported that Leave It to Beaver star Ken Osmond had really become Alice Cooper. Alice Cooper was Ken Osmond.
Now, Ken Osmond was Eddie Haskell on it.
That's
Right,
right.
yeah, right.
According to Cooper, the rumor began when a college newspaper editor asked him what kind of child he was, to which Cooper replied, quote, I was obnoxious, disgusting, a real Eddie Haskell, end of quote.
Uh-huh.
And that's what they took, referring to the fictional character in the Leave It to Beaver. The editor ended up reporting that Cooper was the real Haskell. Cooper later told the New York Times, it was the biggest rumor that ever came out about me. Finally, I got a T-shirt that said, no, I'm not Eddie Haskell. But these people still believe it. They still believe it.
Really?
Isn't that incredible?
Okay.
Clint Black's is 58 today. 30 singles, U.S. Billboard country performer. He
Married to Lisa Hartman.
he is.
Yeah.
Yeah, Lisa Hartman, very attractive lady. They have
Lisa
a daughter.
Black, isn't it?
Now it is.
Yeah.
Yeah,
'cause
but I think she goes by Lisa Hartman
Black
Yeah, right.
actress. They have one daughter, Lily Pearl. Lily
Lily
Pearl Black.
Pearl.
Yeah, isn't that good? Born in 2001. As of 2002, he and his wife, Lisa Hartman Black, live in Nashville, Tennessee. So Clint Black is 58 today. On this date in 1789, electors unanimously chose George Washington to be the first president of the United States.
Sure glad that anybody from Iowa didn't have a say in that, because it may have been a while before he would have been elected.
They did it faster in George Washington's time than they did in Iowa, quite honestly. Now, 1861, delegates from 6 southern states went to Montgomery, Alabama to form the Confederacy. 1974, Patty Hearst was kidnapped in Berkeley, California by the Symbionese Liberation Army.
Uh-huh.
You remember that?
Yep.
Yeah, sure did.
SLA?
Then she became Tanya. She
One of them.
she became one of them and robbed a bank. And then after that,
Claimed she was brainwashed.
Yeah, yeah,
and got out of it, I think.
Yeah.
yeah. I believe she did.
Boom, 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 baby. Bong, bong, baby. 1999, Gary Coleman, remember him?
Yeah.
Was sentenced to
What you talking
$400
about? What you talking about, Judge?
sentenced to $400 fine, a suspended 90-day jail sentence, ordered to attend 52 anger management classes. The sentence stemmed from Coleman assaulting an autograph seeker on July 30th of 1998.
Do you know what
There
caused
was-
those puffy cheeks that he had?
I'm afraid to ask.
No, it's not dirty. It's not dirty.
Cheese
Well,
puffs?
of course not.
No, not
Okay.
cheese puffs. He was had kidney disease, and he was
Really?
taking prednisone.
Oh.
And of course, you know prednisone
Yeah,
can cause
it'll
that,
swell you. It'll swell you up.
and that's why he had the puffy cheeks.
He didn't live very long, did he?
That was a very tragic story.
You know it?
Because, well, part of it. You know, he was on different strokes
Yeah.
and then really did nothing after that. And I think he finally
Except for
ended
assault
up,
people that came up and
I
asked
think
for
he finally ended up working as a mall security guard.
Oh, no.
I think so.
A mall cop?
Yeah.
Ooh, man. Music history. On this date, Frankie Avalon and Jimmy Clanton took over headlining the Winter Dance Party. Why? because yesterday was the day the music died.
Yep.
When Buddy Holly and the Big Bopper and Richie Valens died. 1976, Fleetwood Mac's single Rhiannon released. That was a big one
That's
for
a
them.
good one.
1977, American Bandstand celebrated its 25th anniversary with a special hosted by
Dick Clark.
Dick Clark.
Did you watch that show when you were a kid?
Yes, Saturday morning.
Yeah.
I'll give it a 73 because it has a good beat. Remember that? That's
Yeah.
the line they
Yeah, but
used
wasn't it on weekdays, like at 4
that was
o'clock?
Shindig. Shindig was on on in the afternoons, and the Dick Clark was on Saturday mornings, if I'm not mistaken. Somebody
I
could
was
correct me.
thinking
I
you
think
could
Soul
watch
Train
it
was
in
on
the
in
afternoon.
the afternoons too.
Yeah.
Well, like Friday afternoon. Soul Train
You
was
watch
on.
Soul Train in the evenings for some reason.
I don't know. I guess
Don
it just-
Cornelius, right?
Mm-hmm.
Soul Train. What is that? Oh, you just got a message, Dave.
Yeah, I did.
Maybe it's an opportunity.
Yeah, you
for
better check.
You think I better check this
you
out,
better check
guys?
that
No,
message.
she
That's
got-
probably
you guys-
a
probably a young lady.
Would be sutress.
Yeah,
it could
saying
be just a telemarketer
hey,
here.
hello,
Well, let's
Big
see.
Rig.
Let me look this
Oh.
up here, guys. This may be the time.
Well, I
Let's
want
see.
you to park right here.
Let's see. Views. This gal is too young.
Oh well. You know, Dave, let me just give you a little piece of advice.
Okay.
They're almost never too young.
You think so?
Oh boy.
Well, now there is too.
Please.
A lot of guys have gotten in trouble.
Yeah,
you
well,
know,
I
that
mean,
way.
there's obvious illegal too young. I mean, I'm just talking about.
Yeah.
You just never know. I mean, a good, healthy
And
30-year-old woman would see you very attractive, my friend. I don't mind telling you, especially your palatial spread and Bone Gap.
No, I don't live in Bone Gap.
No, there's
I
a
don't.
terrible rumor going around about you then. That you were adjacent to the Bone Gap Cemetery. You had one foot in the.
Well, that's where my church was.
Okay, all
Which I'm no longer there. But no, I live out north of Albion, about 6 miles, out in the Moose Lake area of Edwards County.
There's another selling point.
Oh yeah, it's on 100 acres of ground. My house is paid for. No house payments.
You can look out
I'm
over Moose
debt-free.
Lake. You're debt free. Dave Ramsey will want to marry you. There's a serene view out over Moose Lake.
No, I don't. You can't see Moose Lake from where but I'm on top
Get
of a
on a
hill.
ladder. Can you see Moose Lake?
Huh?
Can you see Moose Lake?
Yeah,
if you got
climb-
on top
if
of your
you get on
house.
the house.
Well, yeah, I guess I could if I climbed up there. I don't know why I'd want to do that. But
Well, you need to build a deck up there so you can look out over Moon.
I got a deck on my front porch.
Nah, you have a deck on the roof, man.
Get you
so
a
you-
grill out there.
Yeah.
1983. By the way, last one. Music. 1983 tragedy.
Yeah, I remember that.
Stevie
Karen
Ray
Carpenter.
Vaughan?
No,
No.
Karen Carpenter died
Oh,
on this day.
Karen Carpenter, okay.
Is that hard to believe and upsetting?
There was a song named Tragedy too, wasn't
It certainly
Bee Gees.
is.
there? Huh?
Bee Gees.
Bee
did.
Gees, that's right. All right, the question of the day, the Carnaby Square question of the day. Did you find the Super Bowl halftime show to be offensive? Spell offensive, if you would, okay? Think about that.
Okay.
And come back with us on Morning Coffee and Dave Big Rig, and we'll be talking about the question of the day. Back after this.
Love is Brighton, known for the beautiful heart motif. That's why at Carnaby you'll find the perfect presents for your mother's, daughter's, girlfriend, and of course, your sweetheart. Let her leave a little sparkle wherever she goes. Brighton Jewelry Collection you can dress up or dress down. Create a Valentine charm or an amulet jewelry. It instantly transforms your everyday charm bracelet or necklace into your favorite Valentine's Day design. Check out Kiss Me in the Garden body mist, lotions, and body butter. Love, love, love. It makes the world go around. With a little help from the Carnaby girls.
It's a giant President's Day sale at J. Wilderman Autoplex in Mount Carmel. Clearance prices on every new 2019 Ford, Jeep, Chrysler, Dodge, and Ram. These new 2019 models must go regardless of profit or loss. New F-150s up to $15,000 off MSRP. New Rams up to $15,000 off. And new Journeys up to $8,500 off. Over 300 pre-owned vehicles available. Over 70 vehicles, $79 to $199 per month with approved credit. See all the bargains at jwildermanautoplex.com. Stop by for a friendly buying experience.
Post frame buildings continue to pop up all over the area. And at Graber Post Buildings, they've been putting up buildings for over 40 years. Garages, pole barns, storage buildings, workshops, apartments, even indoor basketball courts, and some of the most attractive commercial buildings in the state. Every job is specific and unique to your wants and your needs. Graber Post also has packages for contractors and do-it-yourselfers. So for your next building or roofing project, call for a free quote at Graber Post, 800-264-5013.
Time Capsule, sponsored today by Save-A-Lot Food Store on West Main, Fairfield.
Hi, this is Bill Stevens with another Time Capsule quiz. Which month and year was it when President Johnson gave another rah-rah speech about the Vietnam War?
Peace must be fought for.
The new Busch Stadium opened in St. Louis. At the Indy 500, 11 cars wiped out on the very first turn.
Tires flying in every direction. Look at the bumping, the smoke.
The Dick Van Dyke Show wrapped up its 5th and final season by winning 4 Emmy Awards. And this is what the new music sounded like.
Did you ever have to make up your mind? The sun ain't gonna shine anymore. I am a rock. The more I see.
Double shot of my baby love.
We barefoot. How does that grab it down? I'm leaning on the lamppost at the corner of the street. This is a man's world. We got a groovy kind of love.
Have we stumped you? Well, the answer and a chunk of the top song from the month and year are coming up.
Swing by the Fairfield Save-A-Lot and take advantage of these great deals. Baby back ribs, $2.99 a pound. 10-pound bag of russet potatoes, $3.99. 3-pound John Gold apples, $2.99. And 8-pound of navel oranges, $4.99. Prices are good through Saturday. Good food, great people, great prices at your Save-A-Lot store, located on West Main Street in Fairfield.
May 1966. When a man loves a woman.
Percy Sledge, and When a Man Loves a Woman, the top song of May 1966. This is Bill Stevens for tcapsule.com. Back soon with another Time Capsule.
Time Capsule has been sponsored today by Save-A-Lot Food Store on West Main, Fairfield.
Start with Lowe's and save big to update your bathroom. Because when you spend up to $1,000 or more on select vanities, faucets, toilets, and more during our bath event, you can get up to $250 back via Lowe's gift card rebate. And shop our store and save event to pick up an Edsel 72-inch by 48-inch 5-tier steel freestanding shelving unit for $10 less, now $79.98. Whatever it takes to get the job done right, do it right for less. Start with Lowe's. Offers valid through 2/5 U.S. only.
We know you've been planning for Valentine's Day for weeks. What, you haven't? Walgreens has you covered with everything you need to say Happy Valentine's Day in no time. Say I love you with the perfect Hallmark card. Say you're my sweetheart with sweet deals on candy. Or say BFFs forever with great classroom gifts. So head to a Walgreens only minutes away and get sweet gifts in a heartbeat. Walgreens, trusted since 1901. Now with card through February 8th, select fragrances are 20% off and select Russell Stover chocolates are buy one, get one free.
Going beyond the expected. It's what they do at Pekin Insurance, and it's been their way of doing business since 1921. It's service that goes the extra mile and products that provide the flexibility to meet all of today's insurance needs and tomorrow's as well. Stop by and see Randy Hallam or John Ametter at Tucker Hallam Insurance in Wayne City. They will provide you with the financial protection and peace of mind you need and deserve. Tucker Hallam Insurance and Pekin. Beyond the expected. We're back. And we've got the Carnaby Square question of the day. Your fashion leader in downtown Fairfield. Christy's down there ready to help you if you've got a problem.
Or if you're in trouble with your wife. Or
Hey, can I say something about Christy and Carnaby Square?
As long as it's positive.
It is positive. It is positive.
Okay, go ahead.
On 2 occasions.
Yes. She's taken, by the way. I'm just going to tell
you.
you.
I know that. It's not anything about that.
All right. I just want to make sure.
2
I like
occasions.
George. Don't you like George?
Oh, I do.
No, we wouldn't.
Yeah, I know George, too.
George's a great guy.
All right. So, on 2 occasions, my wife, before she died, had a funeral that she had for her family members that died on 2 occasions.
Yeah.
And she didn't feel like she had a dress at that time to wear. And she went to Carnaby Square, and Christy let her take home 4 or 5 dresses each time to try. to decide which
Isn't that
one
interesting?
Yeah, and then of course bring them back.
She, of course, she never did. So Christy's still looking for you.
Yeah, right.
All right. So, did you find the Super Bowl halftime show to be offensive? And 63%. We had over 3,400 people look at this. This thing took off like you wouldn't believe. Over almost 400 votes on this poll. 400. We don't normally top 300, but 400 votes. 63% said no, they were not offended. And let me just state for the record, I wasn't offended. I'm a man. Okay? So I was affixed on the screen. Those were two very impressive specimens, Shakira and J-Lo.
And let me explain it. I wasn't offended. I wasn't offended either. It didn't bother me. But as the father of a child who was involved in cheerleading competitions when she was younger, reminded me of a cheerleading competition. How many times if you've been to them,
right?
How many times have you seen 4 and 5 and 6-year-old kids dressed almost exactly like that, doing the same thing?
Oh, now how many 4 and 5 and 6-year-old kids are swinging around on a pole?
Well, they don't swing on the pole, but I'm
telling you, Dave, they were swinging on a. They were swinging.
Well, I was
on a
not
pole.
offended simply because I didn't watch it.
Right, I understand, but boy, did we have a lot of comments. Rhonda said no, but it is just not entertaining to her.
Yeah, I watched it. It was a good show, but
She says honestly, Demi Lovato was more exciting and entertaining to her.
Didn't she sing the national anthem? Yeah, she did.
Crystal says it was J-Lo and Shakira. If you didn't know what you were going to get, you should have looked it up. Good point.
That is a good point.
But Mary said Gloria Estefan would be a better choice for Miami.
She is actually from Miami.
Right.
And I think she's already appeared in one of the Super Bowl halftime shows.
A lot of people said they didn't watch and they didn't care.
All right.
Which I find
kind of like me
interesting.
then, huh?
Yeah. Waylon said not usually, or not actually offensive, but definitely not appropriate for all. Not everyone thinks that kind of dancing is entertaining. Kim says, I thought it was great. Johnny says, love the music, but could have done without the burlesque. Which it was a form of burlesque.
Yeah.
It really was. Tommy says they aren't going to put country out there, so get over that. I mean, because some people said, well, why wouldn't you have,
like
Hank Jr. or somebody contemporary when it comes to country. And I'm sure that they would have considered that, but these were two pretty big names.
Yeah. Now, I was told that the NFL does not pay the Super Bowl performers. They perform free of charge.
Really?
Yeah, I think that's right.
Wow.
I've heard that before, yeah.
They've got the money.
Well, I heard two different stories. I heard one they perform free, and I heard another that the halftime entertainment had to fork over money to perform.
Dan said, not offensive, just unnecessary. Rob said, I love it. J-Lo's 50 and Shakira's 43. Listen, I'm sure they both listen here. Now, J-Lo's taken, right?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah, A-Rod.
What about Shakira?
I don't know. I think she's married. I do think
Is
she
Shakira
is
married?
married. Yeah.
All right. Hold on a second.
You're always thinking, aren't you, Mike?
Is Shakira married?
Uh-oh. Lost the connection.
Oh, well, then forget it. I'm trying to find out if Shakira's married. I've got a man here for her. Let me tell you something.
I think you've already given ages there, which are below
43? 43? Come on, man.
Come on, guys.
We know you could be a geezer so easily, right?
I'll tell you what, guys. You find another 71-year-old man who does as much as I do.
Now he's
He's
I'm talking about basketball games. I'm leaving here at 9:00, going to work a funeral this morning.
I bet you walk right up those steps, right up there to that broadcast booth.
I do, and some of those. Hey, have you been to the Lawrenceville gym? That's a long way to the top, isn't it? 25 rows.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, same at Paris. I did a game for WOKZ.
Right.
Is that the new Paris or the old
Paris?
Paris?
New Paris gym.
Oh, the new Paris gym.
It's the same thing, same kind of gym. And, and you don't just walk up, and you're carrying all this equipment, too. And, of course, me doing video, I've got more equipment to carry up than just that little black bag we use for
a very strong cardiovascular system for this available broadcaster.
Last doctor visit I had.
842-2159 if you'd like to be a part of this morning's program. This is our tender segment.
Yeah, how tender?
Dave is available.
It tends to get rather calloused.
Stephen said,
we are just trying to help.
I know.
He asked the question, the Super Bowl happened? They need Kid Rock and Hank Jr., said Mark.
I think that'd be an entertaining halftime show.
Bruce called it a strip show. He got hammered by a couple of people. You know what I find interesting?
I think we're
the same people that are extremely engaged and even appropriately in the Me Too movement would find no problem with this clear use of sexuality for the profit of the NFL at halftime. You don't see that there might be cross purposes there? I'm just saying. Would you? No, you don't. You don't see that, do you? By the way, Shakira is starting a new world tour in 2021.
Really?
Yes. Live Nation has confirmed that the international star will be hitting the road next year. No dates, cities, or venues have been announced yet. Ticketmaster announced that fans can purchase and pre-register online for tickets until February 16th. My understanding is she travels light, all of her outfits in one handbag.
Well, they can all fit in one handbag.
Yeah, but how big is the handbag?
Not very big, Dave.
That outfit wasn't very big.
No, it was scant.
All right.
Scant clothing?
Yeah.
It was...
in a scant bag.
Hey, they're bringing back Dunkaroos. You know what those are?
Yeah.
Yeah?
Yeah.
They're going to be on the store shelves this summer. The package have cookies that can be dunked in a separate space for icing.
Ooh, yeah, I remember those.
One flavor, vanilla with rainbow sprinkles.
Okay. Nobody there?
Oh, you thought somebody was calling
Hey,
in.
we have got to talk a little bit about Ryan Reitnauer, HVAC, this morning.
Brian...
Because you know what? It's going to get cold.
It's going to get cold this week. I had a good time talking with Brian and his son the other night. Met for dinner over in Mount Vernon. And his son's Dustin, by the way. And they are really into, one of the few people that can install geothermal units. They do a lot of work in the western part of Wayne County, Wayne City. They also do some work in Hamilton County and over in Jefferson County. The payout on this is quick.
So like a 7-year turnaround,
yeah,
is that right?
Yeah. So I mean, you can look at it, bring it in. It's environmentally the smart thing to do, and it's economically the smart thing to do. And the person you need to talk to is Brian Reitnauer. It's Reitnauer HVAC, and I gave the wrong number yesterday, which I got skewered about. If you call 618-214-2593. You can get Brian Reitnauer, and he will help you put together a plan to be able to put geothermal in your house. And by the way, there are rebates. There's federal rebates, as well as a Wayne White, the electric co-op, also gives you a really nice chunk of change if you're willing to go into geothermal. And we're going to tell you more about this as we go on this week, but he's a great guy. And he will do you right. Customer service is very important to him, and he's very capable of being able to service Fairfield and points beyond. So please consider calling Reitnauer HVAC. Call Brian at 618-214-2593. And that gets us to the point we're about. Are we that close?
We're not that close.
Okay, well, I got a couple other ideas.
Couple more stories.
I got a couple stories to tell you then. This is interesting. The Oscars are coming up.
Yeah.
You get little gift bags. You know when you go to a conference or something like that?
Bag.
The swag bag. That's it. Get a load what they're going to give you in the swag bag.
Yeah.
A 24-karat gold vape pen.
You mean a vape?
Like
vaping?
Yes.
Yeah, vaping.
Okay.
And 12 days on a yacht are just two of the many luxurious items in the Oscars gift bag. The list includes a cannabis-infused chocolate tasting for a group. Can you take a bunch of people out for that? 2 spa trips, custom-designed bulletproof doors, and a year of matchmaking services. You could do this. This is for you, buddy. If you go to the Oscars this year, were you planning on going?
No.
No, you need to go. Now you need to go.
Not only will you...
I got an idea. Anybody that's at those Oscar shows that want more money, and I'd be willing to fork out.
You don't
these are free.
Yeah, this stuff is free. You walk in,
We
they
just
give
got
us
to finagle you away to be a performer. Or
you
to
can,
introduce
as long as
something.
you can get in the line going in. You
Yeah.
know where they interview people?
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, we've got an interesting person. Here's Dave Rigg. Dave's from Bone Gap, or out near Bone Gap.
Yeah.
6 miles outside of Albion.
Yeah.
Tell us about why you're at the Oscars.
Yeah.
I'm here to get that 24-karat gold vape pen.
And the year's worth of matchmaking services.
That's right, because I could use it. 92nd Annual Academy Awards show is coming this Sunday. I wonder if anybody will watch.
Not me.
Not a lot of people have been watching those awards shows lately.
You know, they're getting rid of crackberries again.
What?
BlackBerry phones. They're
Oh,
going
okay.
to be a thing of the past. Again, sales will end in August. This happened before in 2016. The company stopped making its own smartphones and outsourced production. It's unclear if that might repeat itself again. Remember crackberry? That's what they call them, crackberries, because people would be affixed to it. Let's see here. If there's anything else. But, by the way, I got this. Did you see this fact on our webpage, WFIWradio.com? Did you know in the last 28 days, 60,000 separate people visited that website to look for news, obits, 60,000, and they visited an average of 4 times apiece. That's 250,000 hits on the webpage.
I can believe that.
And 57% of them were by phone, because we can track those things.
Yeah.
Is that incredible?
Yeah.
250,000. There's 60,000. Think about it. There's only, 4,900 people in Fairfield? 16,000 people in the county? Yeah. 60,000 separate people hit our website.
Man, they're hitting from all over the place.
Certainly.
That's right.
I thought that was very, very interesting. Let me just one other one. A Cincinnati man is facing a felony charge for calling police 25 times to report a missing sweatshirt.
25 times?
Court records
If it's
say,
your favorite sweatshirt, it's an emergency.
Court records say that Harvey Gardner is now facing a count of disrupting public services.
Isn't Harvey Gardens part of the monopoly?
No,
don't
that's
think-
Marvin Gardner.
That's
Yeah,
Marvin
Marvin.
Gardner.
Police say that Gardner kept asking police to drive him around town to look for his piece of clothing. He'll be in court today.
25 times.
I'd feel that way about my flame-proof jeans.
If you lose them,
I'm going to be calling police, and we're going to be driving around looking for
I don't
my...
know if I'd call police. I think I'd call the fire department if you're looking for flame retardant jeans.
Why do you think you need flame retardant?
He doesn't think he needs them. He already has them.
Well, I know, but why did he
They got
buy them in
little-
the first
well,
place?
I didn't notice the little orange tag on the back that said FR. I didn't know what FR meant. Thought it was,
Frank Richards, the designer.
firm but rigid or something. I have no idea what.
Franz Richer.
But I bought
designer jeans.
So I
They're
guess
my
we could
favorite
say
jeans.
Mike Dreeth wears hot pants.
No, they're very unhot because they protect me from the waist down. There you go. And by the way, last bit of information: Indiana Jones 5 is in the works. Did you know this? Harrison Ford's coming back, and they're reworking the script, but they're going to give us another Indiana Jones movie.
That's what we need.
They can't find any new ideas in Hollywood. So they keep doing the same thing. And
of-
Rocky
of
9
remakes.
is coming, huh?
Speaking of
Rocky
remakes,
9?
Did you
Just
see the promo, the commercial for the Top Gun movie?
Oh, I love it.
Super Bowl?
Maverick?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah,
I
that's
can't
coming up.
wait for that.
Yeah.
Val Kilmer's coming back in that.
Yeah.
Boy, he doesn't look the same at all.
No,
Boy,
he's the Iceman, and
I think he's been flying with the top down up there.
Maybe I think the ice has melted just a little bit.
All right, so tell us your questions, and it's about what, my friend?
The
Dave?
movie Forrest Gump.
One of my faves.
Yeah.
All right,
Like
this is
box
good.
of chocolate.
So we're going to start on this right now?
We do the questions, right? Yes or
sure,
no?
let's do
Okay, all right.
Because we can talk about this for a while.
Yeah, right. Let me throw you a couple of interesting sidelines about this before we get into
We'll
questions.
decide if it's interesting.
Yeah.
Tom Hanks was not paid for that film.
No.
Instead, he took a percentage points, which ultimately netted him $40 million.
Smart move.
Yeah.
I wonder if
Bill
they did the
Murray.
same thing with Apollo 13.
I don't know. Bill Murray, John Travolta, and Chevy Chase turned down the role of Forrest Gump.
Chevy Chase. Okay, who else?
I couldn't see Bill
John
Murray.
Travolta and Bill Murray.
Bill Murray. I could see Travolta.
Yeah, but maybe not Chevy Chase or
No.
Bill Murray. No.
That was a great Bill Murray spot, by the way, in
Yeah,
the
it was.
Super Bowl.
Yeah.
During the ping pong matches, remember those?
Yes, yes.
There was no ball. It was entirely CGI animated to meet the actors' paddles.
Somebody was playing Pong.
Yes, they were, but real Pong.
All right, here's something that I wondered about, and I found the answer. Gary Sinise's lower legs, remember he lost his legs?
Right.
Okay, were wrapped in special blue fabric that allowed them to be digitally removed later.
Son of a gun.
So that's how that was. Because I always wondered, I thought, how did they do that? You know,
It's amazing.
yeah.
All right, we good?
He's very big into veterans.
Oh, he's
rights.
done a lot over the last.
Yeah.
He became big because of this movie.
He became. He's got a band, Lieutenant Dan's band or something like that.
The Lieutenant Dan Band.
Yeah.
Yeah. One other thing, though it's never mentioned in the movie, Forrest Gump probably had autism.
He probably was on the spectrum in some way.
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah.
All right. So what are the questions?
All right, questions. What phrase does Forrest use to describe his relationship with Jenny? What phrase?
Oh, I know. I know that one.
Okay. What famous celebrity supposedly once stayed at the Gump house?
Is that? I mean, as a part of the movie.
Yeah,
Yeah.
as a part of the movie.
Okay.
Yeah.
I think
I think
Uh,
I know that one too.
Where does Forrest go to college and on what kind of a scholarship?
I know that.
I know that.
I know
that's
that.
easy.
Pretty
Okay.
easy.
All right.
They
Forrest
didn't
met.
win this year.
Huh?
They didn't win anything this
They
year.
weren't. They weren't in the big game.
All right. Forrest met a president when he became an All-American. When asked how he felt, he said he had to pee. What president was it?
I know that one.
I think we talked about that.
No, it's before that one.
Oh, really?
Yeah. What soft drink did Forrest drink when he met this president?
I know that.
I know that.
I know that. Yeah.
All right. When Forrest met his son, what television program did they watch together?
I think I know
I
that.
think I know that one too.
All right. Let me see. How many questions was that?
Well, give as many as you got.
Oh, man,
We
I got a
time.
bunch of
Why
them.
not?
When Jenny died, March 22nd, 1982, what was hinted to be the cause of her death?
I know
think
that
I
one.
have a
I know
good
that
idea.
one too.
All right. Let's see. What was Forrest's hometown?
I know that one.
You know
Do
that
you?
one?
I do know that one.
Okay.
I think I know it, but I'm not sure.
I know it.
Okay. What was that?
No, Tom's shouting from the peanut
So I'm
gallery.
shouting the peanut gallery. Okay.
You got to say it right.
I
though.
will say it correctly.
Okay. All right.
When the bullies are chasing Forrest on their bikes, what does Jenny yell at him or yell after him?
We got more people hitting on you.
I
on your,
guess
on your
it's
phone.
another woman here.
It just never stops.
Let's see. Okay, here. Forrest went to visit a president of the White House. He showed him a bullet wound in his buttock. Who was that president?
I know that one. I think.
Okay.
This recording artist supposedly met Forrest on the Dick Cavett show. Who was he?
Oh, I think I know
that one. He
Yeah.
met two recording artists.
Okay, I know one.
Because one of them, well,
Don't give it up.
Okay. And what does Forrest give to Jenny when they are reunited in Washington, D.C.? What does he give to her?
okay.
Wow.
I think I know that one too.
These are all pretty good, Dave.
These are.
One last question.
All right, all right.
Lieutenant Dan surprised Forrest by attending his wedding on the lawn of his family home. Lieutenant Dan brought someone with him. Who was she?
Okay.
Okay.
I think I know that too.
Okay.
Wow. Right here. We're going to be talking some Forrest Gump. You
Yep.
know, life is like a box of chocolates.
Yep.
We're going to talk about that when we come back with Dave Rigg on Morning Coffee.
If
If you're hungry for some delicious Deep South barbecue, then go down to the Big Deal store at WFIWradio.com and purchase the $20 gift certificate for only $14.
Hi, this is Elizabeth Gonzalez with People's National Bank. People's National Bank has partnered with Zelle. Zelle is an easy way to send and receive money with family, friends, and others you trust. You can use Zelle today right from your PNB To Go mobile banking app. Money moves directly between bank accounts fast. Stop by People's National Bank today to learn more about Zelle. Available to United States bank account holders only. Terms and conditions apply. The Zelle service is property of Early Warning Services, LLC. People's National Bank, member FDIC.
If you're interested in reaching every household in Wayne, Edwards, Wabash, or Richland County, then TOC Direct Mail can help you. Contact any of our marketing specialists to see how TOC Direct Mail can help you contact your customers directly in their mailbox.
Okay, I only have 15 seconds to tell you about Tavium plus Vapor Grip technology, the powerful dicamba premix herbicide from Syngenta. It controls tough weeds in soybeans and cotton, like palmer amaranth, water hemp, and grass weeds. Actually, we're going to go longer, because Tavium lasts longer. So you get all the power of dicamba plus up to 3 weeks longer residual control than dicamba alone. Whew. Now time's officially up for tough weeds. Talk to your local Syngenta retailer to learn more. Always read and follow label instructions. Tavium plus Vapor Grip technology is a restricted use pesticide.
Hello, my name is Matthew Hartrick, and I am seeking the Republican nomination for at-large circuit judge in the 2nd Judicial Circuit. I am a lifelong conservative Republican. I was first elected state's attorney in 2012 and re-elected in 2016. As state's attorney, I pledged not to prosecute the proposed assault weapons ban of the Democratic majority in the Illinois General Assembly. As a state's attorney, it is my duty to protect the constitutional rights of the people of the state of Illinois. And as your circuit judge, I would scrupulously uphold your constitutional rights.
This ad placed and paid for by Matthew Hartrick for judge.
Fairfield area weather forecast, a 90% chance for rain today, high 60. Cloudy tonight, low 32. 90% chance tomorrow, high 38. Clouds and 35 on Thursday. For Friday, cloudy skies, high 38. And for Saturday, partly cloudy with the high of 40. Overnight low was 58. We're starting to head downward now. Yesterday's high was 70, 13/100ths of an inch of rainfall this morning. Currently, humidity at 93%, winds from the northwest at 2 miles an hour, and the pressure 29.81. Cloudy skies right now. We've got 55 here at the WFIW studios east of Fairfield. Radar shows some scattered showers moving to the west this morning.
Oh, we're back. Mm-hmm. Dave, big rig here.
Are you guys going to feel sorry for me out there at the cemetery this morning getting wet?
You're going to get wet out there.
I know it. Yeah. That's why I brought my raincoat.
You got your raincoat.
And my boots.
Well, actually, your galoshes?
Yeah, galoshes. Yeah.
Put those on and go out there.
They're the slip-over kind of my shoes, you know. I don't wear farmer boots out to the cemetery.
You're all about service. So we're going to see whether or not I hope you don't get chilled and, you know, I mean, at your age, you catch a chill.
Yeah, that's how some of the presidents died, wasn't it?
It is. I'm just saying, you know, you're so vibrant. You're so vibrant for your advanced age.
I take my vitamins, guys.
And there's a woman out there that they don't need you. They like you, you know, because you're a likable guy, Dave.
Well, thank you.
Well, let's get her rolling. Forrest Gump trivia this morning.
Forrest Gump trivia. All right, first one.
It's getting kind of deep in here.
That is, isn't it?
That's why he's got boots.
I got to roll my pant legs up, too, guys. What was Forrest's hometown?
Greenbow, Alabama.
Right. Which, by the way, is a fictitious town. There is
Greenbow? Is that what you said?
Greenbow.
Did I say that right, Tom? No.
Greenbow, Alabama.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah, that's right. That's the way it's
on the wrong syllable.
All right, when the bullies are chasing Forrest on their bikes, what does Jenny yell after him?
Run, Forrest, run!
Yeah, that's right. Okay, what phrase does Forrest use to describe his relationship with Jenny?
Just like peas and carrots.
Right. Well, you guys must
just like peas. Now, wait a minute for a second.
Yeah.
Do you eat peas and carrots?
Yeah, I do.
Together?
Yeah.
I keep them
They come
separate.
in a can. You can
No,
get
they're
mixed
two
vegetables.
different
You'll be able to
places.
get peas and carrots together.
Yeah, in a can.
Or in the bag, frozen.
Well, yeah, you can get it that way.
I've walked through
Just look
life
around
with-
in the
I haven't
vegetable
even
section
noticed
of the
that.
canned goods. You'll see all kinds of mixed
Sorry,
vegetables.
I missed out on
That's
that.
good stuff, guys. That's how come I'm 71 and going like 60.
You know what we need to find?
Just peas and carrots.
You know
Yeah.
what we need to find for you?
What?
We need to find for you a carrot, my friend.
A carrot?
You're already a pea.
Okay. All right. What famous celebrity supposedly once stayed at the Gump house?
Boy, I don't know about this.
I'm going to say Jefferson Davis.
No.
But I know Elvis stayed there, too. No, he did stay. He said supposedly stayed.
Well, we're talking
There's a
about.
difference.
Well, but
Splitting.
he never really did because there never was a Gump house. Well, there was. There is really the house that's filmed. It does exist, by the way. But
I bet you it's
I
become
mean, Forrest Gump is a fictitious
a
character.
very popular house for people to go visit.
So they're making you think that Elvis Presley at one time, before he became a star, stayed there at Mrs. Gump's house.
Right.
Okay. All right. So it was Elvis
The
Presley.
king of rock and roll.
Where does Forrest
he
go
got
to
his dance
college,
moves from.
and on what kind of scholarship?
He went to Bama.
Yeah.
And he was on a football
scholarship.
scholarship. Now, was
Bear Bryant?
Was he the coach
Yeah.
at that time?
And by the way, Sonny Schroyer was the former quarterback in the NFL who played.
That one line, that boy's dumb as a post, but he sure can run.
Yeah, well, that's a cleaned up version of what he
Yeah.
said. Oh, by the way,
Are you talking about Kenny Stabler?
No. Sonny
Sonny
Schroyer.
Schroyer.
Sonny Schroyer.
Yeah, he's a former NFL quarterback. By the way, what number did Forrest wear?
44.
44. Okay. Hey,
Good job.
Okay. Forrest met a president when he became an All-American. When asked how he felt, he said he had to pee. What president was that?
JFK.
Yep, President Kennedy.
Yep.
And what soft drink had Forrest drank before he met?
Or not Diet. Dr. Pepper.
Dr. Pepper.
Now, today it'd probably be a Diet Dr. Pepper, but that's okay.
Yeah, well. Forrest went to visit a president of the White House and showed him a bullet wound in his buttock. Who was that president?
That was LBJ, right?
Yeah, that was LBJ.
So we're talking boom, boom. It was.
And then he saw Nixon when he went to China.
Oh, okay. So you got three in a row.
Yeah.
All three from the 60s.
Yeah. This recording artist supposedly met Forrest on the Dick Cavett show. Who was that?
Well, I
John
remember,
Lennon.
That was the one I remember.
Yeah,
Is there another one? Did you say there was a
Well, he
second
met
one?
Elvis at the.
Oh,
Yeah, but that was
that
not
wasn't
on the
there.
Dick
But not
Cavett
on the
show.
Dick Cavett show.
Yeah, John Lennon was the answer there. What does Forrest give to Jenny when they are reunited in Washington, D.C.?
A half-eaten box of chocolates.
No.
His medal?
His Medal
Oh,
of Honor.
Washington, D.C.
His Medal of Honor.
That's the one that Nixon gave him, right?
Yeah.
When Forrest met his
No, that's
son,
the one
what
LBJ.
television program did they watch together?
Sesame Street.
Yes.
Boy, you guys are really, you must have watched this movie like I did.
Here's the thing about this movie.
It's pretty
my
unforgettable.
my significant other does not like it. So
why?
I have no idea. Don't ask me because I don't.
I'm going to
know.
have to text her on that.
So
to
here's
find
the
out
thing.
why she doesn't like
But
that
this is
movie.
the kind of movie you can jump in at any moment.
Yeah.
You're going across the dial. You see it.
I can just see that text. Hey, this is Dave Rick. Can you find me my Jenny?
Hey, maybe that she might. I bet Carol knows some good women my age.
Oh, please.
Okay, let's move along here. It's never dull when I appear on this show.
Carol, he's got a good cardiovascular system. He can walk
That's
right
right.
up
I
to
got
the
a
broadcast.
perfect-
25 flights of stairs.
That's
over
a
Perfect
Lawrenceville.
report on my last medical checkup.
Carrying,
Perfect report.
Can you provide the paperwork on that so we can offer that on our
Is there,
website?
is there an application that you need to fill out?
Listen,
Well, you know that's a good idea. I could.
we put it on the website. It's going to get 250,000 hits. You know, we put it right in the middle of the news.
I
story.
want pictures, by the way, guys.
Dave Rigg, you can do his resting heart rate. He can jump up, right up on this table.
I don't
jump
know
right up
about
on this
that.
table.
I don't know. Hey, let's
do
back
it.
to
Go
the
ahead and
question.
jump on that table.
Lieutenant Dan surprised Forrest by attending his wedding on the lawn of the family home. Dan brought with him, who was she?
His wife named Sue, wasn't it?
Well, you're close. You're close.
Anybody out there? I mean, she was Asian American, if I recall.
Yeah.
Correct.
All right.
But I don't remember her name.
It wasn't his wife. It was his fiancée.
Oh, fiancée.
And her name was Susan.
So you were right.
Yeah.
You were close. When Jenny died, March 22nd, 1982, what was hinted to be the cause of her death.
AIDS.
Yeah. I think
HIV.
that was pretty much it.
Although there are some who say it was probably hepatitis C, but
I guess there's an
Using
argument to be
dirty
made.
needles back in the day. Yeah.
no, I could throw this one in.
Please
What
throw
does
it in.
Forrest's mother die from? What causes her death?
Cancer.
Cancer.
Was it cancer?
Yep. She got the cancer and died. She got the
cancer.
Yeah,
I
got the cancer and died.
Dave Rigg. It's always entertaining every time he's here. I mean, it's become a favorite of women over 40. I know that much. Our demographics are going through the roof on the women over 40. Every time you come, so we're going to talk about the next time you're going to be here. That's Dave Rigg. He's gone out in the rain. He's going to be serving folks in this area, and so thank you for being here, Dave.
Oh, glad to be here, guys.
All right, KO Wednesday tomorrow. Ken
See you
Odie will
then.
be here. We'll be back after this on Morning Coffee.
Alexa, play WFIW.
It's time for classic hits from WFIW.
All the important news here first. This is WFIW FM Fairfield, the station listened to, not just heard. 104.9 FM.
Time now for the news, brought to you by Boyd Furniture and Mattress Center, downtown Wayne City. No one beats their prices on Serta iComfort mattresses. See weekly pictures and prices on Facebook.
This is a Fox News alert. I'm Chris Foster. After months, in some cases more than a year of campaigning, the Democrats' Iowa caucus results are delayed. The plan was to release raw count totals for the first time and use a new app for